Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game yesterday's super game against Osasuna. Obviously, very important win because it allows to us to keep fighting for La Liga. We got the 3 points, which was very important, but at some times I was starting to think that we were not going to get through this, and we were going finally to lose a couple points, or maybe the 3 points, because Osasuna had a couple chances as well. But okay, the thing is, during the first 45 minutes, we started the game. Let me start off with something that is really important, because in this game, as you could see, and so I was telling you over the last 2-3 days, this game was going to be a very different game because we had to rotate a lot of players, and some of the most important players like Toni Kroos and Luka Modric needed a break, and finally Zidane decided to let them on the bench to get a break before the important game against Chelsea. So we were going to start with a very different starting 11, and so that happened, man. Finally we had two Antonio Blanco in the middle, and we also have 4 forwarders like Hazard, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Asensio, Benzema. So all of them, at the same time, Zinedine Zidane, the main priority for him, or the main goal for Zinedine Zidane in this game, it was on one hand to keep the team a little bit balanced between the midfield and the forwarders and the defense, but at the same time to show everybody that Real Madrid is still fighting for La Liga as well. So the thing is, or that is why I think that Zinedine Zidane put to 4 forwarders in the starting 11. So he played with 4-man defense line with Marcelo Odriozola, Militao, and also Rafa Varane in the first 45 minutes, and then Casemiro and Antonio Blanco in the midfield, and then 4 forwarders. Obviously, Asensio was playing a little bit behind of the three of the other forwarders, but it was supposed to be a three-man line with Vinicius Junior and also Hazard and also Asensio, and then as a forwarder, as a center forwarder, the only striker, it was going to be Benzema. But when the whistle was blown, since the very beginning, we could see a much different, a much different formation, because this is always the same. Theoretically, you can see something, and then on the field, you can see a different thing. But it's okay. It was going to be a very different game, so we started the game, we started to play, and of course, as it was expected, Osasuna was defending with 2 and even 3 different lines, so we couldn't go through them, and it was so hard, man. It was tough to find the gap, find the spots, and the only danger that we could create it was actually from corner kicks and all this kind of stop plays. Free kicks, corner kicks, and that stuff. The other way, Hazard had a couple chances because he shoot on target and stuff, but he didn't make it, and it was okay, but it was not perfect. On the other hand, Vinicius Junior couldn't invent anything in the day yesterday. It was pretty much disappeared during the whole game. Marcos Asensio was the same, and Benzema had a couple chances, but it was not great. So the first 45 minutes, we tried to move through and stuff, but it was impossible because Osasuna was locking all their side down, and it was pretty much impossible for us to go through. So then, when the whistle was blown in the second half, the second 45 minutes, since the very beginning, with the only change of substitution of Rafa Varane for Nacho Fernandez, the tempo, the pace of the game was pretty much the same, but this time with a super magisterial, phenomenal Eder Militao, we finally scored from a corner kick, and that it was the turning point moment in the game. In the first 45 minutes, Eder Militao was great. Defensive wise, and of course attacking wise, whatever you want to call it, he was doing pretty much everything, right? So he actually had couple chances in the first half. The same thing, couple brilliant headeds, but finally, he couldn't score, right? But in the second 45 minutes, he could, and he scored, and he showed to all of us that we have a great center back for the next, 10 years, and maybe potentially the best replacement for Sergio Ramos, right? So he scored, we finally went up in the score, and then is when Benzema, in a very weird play, man, he was trying to do something to pass the ball to Casemiro, and then Casemiro couldn't control, didn't catch it clear, but he kicked the ball in a wrong way, but he scored. It was very funny. I mean, very weird goal, but it was the second goal, so that way we could win and settle down the game for us and win the game 2-0, which is obviously good. We never suffer or concede any clear chance in the second 45 minutes. So to me, it was a very well-deserved victory, a very well-deserved win, and of course that allowed to us, like I said, to keep fighting for La Liga. And now FC Barcelona, of course, in order to keep the race for La Liga, will have to win today against Valencia. So it was a very good game. It was a very good win. Very difficult though, but still Real Madrid showed everybody that we want to keep fighting for the two titles, La Liga and of course the Champions. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to this channel, Real Madrid Hub.